What in tarnation is that? It's pretty though. Well, get right to the point. New tractor sitting right in front of me. Without further ado, here we go.
I'll think about it more now, so.
That's why I sent Clint in the cab, because he can explain everything.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I've spent a lot of time with these.
Oh yeah, can you get me some more information on that T9 in Fargo?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because my brother found it on Track House, so you guys got updated pictures down and everything, so.
Oh, absolutely. Okay. I can either send them to you email, or if you want to get
Yeah.
going, or whatever.
I got to pick up some parts anyway, so.
Okay, and then that gives me a time to bring that up.
Yeah.
Okay, well let's go do that.
One there and then one there.
Oh yeah, you flip them off. Huh. There it comes. That engine is quiet. Unbelievable. Sucker is quiet. Yeah, shut up. You're fine. There's a lot of stuff I gotta go through. A lot of stuff. Gotta go grain back some oats out of a bin. So, needed the TF6 anyway, so. Oh yeah, shut up. Oh, GPS. So after settling on a deal and having him do a few things to it, finally arrived today. A decent day for traveling. The roads weren't bad at all, and yeah, first articulated tractor, I guess. It's a whole new beast to me. New Holland T9.390. Very low hour machine, clean machine, only 683 hours on it. There's a couple things that, you know, I wish were a little different. Like, I wish it did have a little more horsepower. I wish it was over 400, but versus other tractors we looked at a whole bunch, and not just this year, but past years too, and from John Deere, Case IH, Challengers, and for what we need it for, currently right now, like, this tractor should do anything we ask it to do with flying colors. And then for future upgrades, which means the next piece of equipment that we're going to need to upgrade is the drill. Go from a 30-foot to a 40-foot. And then number 2, bigger Wishick disc. And there's nothing about the tractors that it's not weighted very much right now. There's only wheel weights on the inside of each axle. I think there's, what is that, a 500-pound weight or something in there. And they got 3 100-pound weights here, and then the carrier here, and there's a weight up here. So really, it's not weighted that much. It isn't. It could be weighted a lot more, but for right now, it's fine right now as it sits. So, yeah, I got to do some detail work in the cab. The guy that had it before us, I don't know. I guess I'm just assuming. I think he was a smoker. Can kind of smell it in there in the cab, almost like the swather, the H8040. That same smell. Dirt in here a little bit, but it does need some detail work in here. There's a little bit of grime in here, just a little bit, but not bad at all. Just a couple dirt scuffs here, probably from then. They worked on the seat at the dealership. It wasn't holding air, so they fixed that. It holds air now. But overall, the rest of the cab, though, it's very clean. It's got all sorts of cubbies in here. It's got a nice one here. I like the lips here. I know on our TG they have that stupid mesh stuff like this. I hate this stuff. I hate it. So it's nice to see that they got a nice lip here. You can actually put stuff up here, and the harnesses come up on the back side of the cab here. There's holes there we got to punch out. Just use that same hole, and plenty of plugs. Power ports here. It's got power ports on the other side. I think even, yep, another one up above there. One right here. All over the place. Down here on the right hand post there. Shades, front and rear. Like that. Does it have a side windshield wiper here? No, it doesn't. Just the front and rear windshield wiper. It's got a windshield wiper here, down here, and down there, so at least you get some coverage, but I can tell there's going to be huge dead spots here, though, for not getting a wipe, but whatever. It is what it is. Small windshield wiper here. Not like that Challenger, but I guess I'll take the cheaper price, I guess. That'll work for now. So I got to put a CB in here, and it's got a built-in antenna for there. 2 monitors, kind of share one another, I guess, but this one you can have the GPS up on, one you can be your information and whatnot, and 16-speed power shift, 2 reverse speeds. Yeah, I suppose so. And one little, you think they could have designed this a little differently here. The shade hits that, you gotta kind of push it away a little bit for it to come down, but yeah, that's gonna be no big deal. Not a deal breaker, I guess, but yeah, but it does need some detail work, and it needs my signature white carpet in here. That is going to happen, without a doubt. What else is there? They've got a big sight glass here, hydraulic oil. Big sight glass here for the fuel tank, for the fuel in here. I like that. Easy to see. Seems like very easy access to stuff here for greasing all your driveline. That was another thing, this tractor has PTO. Not all the articulated tractors we've seen had rear PTO on it. That was a big plus here, having to make sure it had PTO. That was another thing. But won't know for sure till once we get out in the field and start dinking with it and making her work. We'll see what we learn from it. So it's got 2 DEF fill ports here. It's got one here and then one on the other side. The other side's easier to get to compared to this one. The guy that trucked this tractor here, who delivered the tractor, He used to work for a New Holland dealership before he worked at Butler now as a trucker. But he said the reason why New Holland puts 2 def fill ports on here now, here and on the other side, is because guys were complaining that they wanted all the checks and fill ports on one side of the tractor here. So that's why they actually added this fill port in here, which is like, I don't know, it's kind of stupid to be quite honest, but the other fill port is much easier to get to. It's just swing this out. Swing out the ladder here. Ta-da! Here, this is the main fill port here. This one's much easier to get to. By air isolators, it's got 2 separate ones actually for each battery. It's a 24-volt starter system for starting the engine. 12-volt, everything else. Just initial looking at it and test driving it a little bit, we could not see anything wrong with the tractor. Plus having it sit here on the cement now too, we're going to see if there's anything leaking now too, but you know, it might take some time, but I don't see anything right now, so we'll have to dink around with that for sure. Take a look at it. 2 front toolboxes up here, which is nice, easy to get to. It does have a tow cable on it underneath. It's a plus. I mean, I knew these tractors are humongous, but you just don't know how big they are until you start driving one and everything. But yeah, the radiator is very easy to clean. They got pins here you take out. It's actually spring loaded. I forget which way it went. I think it kind of lifts up and out, I believe. Or did it? No, it falls forward. Take these pins out. That's where we had it off in Fargo. Took these pins out, and this thing actually just falls forward flat, so you can get easy cleanings to both radiators in here, then your coolant and oil and etc. So big radiators in front seem like we're pretty easy to get to. I mean, of course they washed the tractor when it was in the shop, but everything looks clean though. It's, you know, you don't see really much for dirtiness anywhere, so we'll find out once we get out in the field and making it work, and I'm sure we'll find something, you know, amiss. You know, it's with anything with used equipment, so figure it out. Then yeah, that's one little quirk I don't like either, is these sides here. You gotta, in order to get these sides out to get easier access, so you gotta take these bolts out. There's 1, 2, there's 3. Oh, I guess there's these here then. Yeah, there's these bolts here then. There's a couple bolts. Too bad this isn't easier to take off, but I guess the cost is one thing then, so I won't mind it. Engine block heater, transmission heater, good plus. Yeah, they changed the oil was changed before we even looked at it. The oil was changed, and we had them change a few more filters while it was there. Had them replace the engine breather filter in there. Apparently that was a pain in the rear. The mechanic who worked on it said it was kind of a pain in the rear, he said. So, but New Holland said that that breather filter is very important. Engine breather filter is very important. Kind of like on a combine too. Same thing. Said those things are very important. So, yeah, it's got plenty of rear remotes back here. 6. It's got 4 hydraulic remotes plus a joystick off to the side, but this must be the return line. Yeah, yep. Drain line. Yep. I suppose it's going to be a learning experience driving, you know. It didn't dawn on me, you know. I thought it was going to be similar to driving the payloader, but problem is it's opposite though. The payloader cab is mounted on the rear axle. This is mounted on the front axle, so when you turn, it's completely different. Bigger tractor, bigger problems, I suppose, right? To solve. We'll figure it out though. But oh yeah, and of course, anything newer that really irks me is, you know, like I say, this crud right here. Hate it. Hopefully it works out good. It's a nice looking machine. Won't find out till we get out in the field and use it a few times and throughout the year, and we'll figure out if it's a good purchase or not. But as I mentioned before, you know, it's not the ideal machine we're looking for, but way money is, way the conditions are right now, it's like, you know, maybe we'll grow to like this tractor. We'll keep it for flipping 15 plus years, or you know, maybe in several years down the road we'll go trade them off and get a different machine. But I do have this feeling those tractors are going to suit us fine for years to come. Only thing we're probably going to have to do is just to depend, once we upgrade some equipment, get some bigger equipment, we will have to weight it down some more. And if worst comes to worst, I guess we could put triples on this thing too, you know, to get more traction. And with these, you know, since the regular standard tires, you know, it's always a possibility. Put triples on it too, get more power to the ground then. But yeah, I suppose so. But thanks for watching, everybody. Please comment, rate, and subscribe. And yeah, I'm gonna not work on him right now. I gotta. Stuff keeps interrupting me all the time. Cattle, but I gotta finish going through this stuff over here first, and then get to this machine then and start going through it. So yeah, first time having Trailborg tires. First time, not bad. I've heard good things about these tires. So decent lugs on them. Opportunity knocks, I guess. That's why I say this took probably 5 years, you know, to buy one of these. It took 5 years. It's not just an overnight decision you make, or you know, it's something we've been shopping around for years already. Just never act on something, or something just doesn't suit us right, or the price, or other priorities come up. But especially the way the past 2 years have gone for spring work, and you just need a little more oomph. You know, I mean, the TG does fine for what we ask it to do, but there's just times where I wish that tractor had a little more horsepower, a little more giddy up. But I guess that makes the case now for don't get this thing stuck. Get stuck with this thing, that's kind of bad then. So that one used Challenger tractor we were looking at, 1042 Challenger. This thing was basically $100,000 cheaper. And I'm not even gonna kind of the same thing with some Case H's. Look at don't even mention John Deere. I mean, yeah, we found some John Deeres that were a little more competitive in price, but the hours though, same with some Case H too, just ridiculous high hours then, and they want, you know, the same price or more than what this tractor was. I'm not made of money. I don't think anybody is, but you know, that's kind of how we run our operation here. It's don't need the greatest machine. You don't need the fanciest. It's just something that's gonna do the job well. That's the main thing. And for us right now, this thing should pass with flying colors. For any equipment we have, we throw at it right now. It'll probably toy with it. Put it that way. So, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to y'all later.